today and I'm going to show you how to make a healthier version of a bolognese. I'm going to use bison and I'm going to add a bunch of different vegetables to it, and I'm going to throw it all into my crock pot so that it can cook all day. It's not something that you have to spend a lot of time doing. So I'm going to show you what I do. I've got my bison already in my bowl. I've just taken it out. It came in wrappers and I had it frozen in the freezer, so I just defrosted it. And I've got 2 pounds of ground bison meat. To start adding my seasonings, I've got about 2 tablespoons of coconut oil, and this is my chopped garlic. I did about 4 or 5 cloves of garlic. So I'm going to add those in there. And this is a Creole seasoning blend that I buy. It's just pre-chopped. It's fresh. It just has onions, shallots, celery, bell peppers, parsley, and garlic. And it's all chopped up together. So I'm going to use about half the container. And I'm going to take, I've got just a Hunt's All Natural tomato paste. The small cans, I think it's 6 ounces. And then I'm going to add some baby spinach. We've just got the organic baby spinach. I just try to basically add as many vegetables into the sauce as I can. I'll just take a few handfuls of the baby spinach. And I've got just a small bowl of chopped mushrooms. I just use whatever we have left in the refrigerator. It was maybe 3/4 of one of the little square boxes that you get. And I just chop them up roughly. I put my seasonings in before I pile too much other stuff in here. I've got just a Mrs. Dash table blend that I'm going to use, and my Tony Chachere's salt-free Tonys. And then I'm going to add some just dried oregano leaves, and I've got some fresh basil. I'll add to it as well. And then I'm going to add some yellow squash I've got chopped up already. And some more green bell pepper. I chopped 2 pretty big bell peppers. This stuff, all these vegetables fresh at our local farmers market. So we make sure that we don't get lots of pesticides and supporting the local farmers. And then I've got a fresh tomato chopped in the bowl already as well, so I'm going to add that on top. We already had a tomato paste, but I like to add another fresh tomato just to give it some tomato chunks, and it adds a little bit of water to it as well. I'm not going to actually add any water into the crock pot because between the onions and the onion blend that we put in earlier and the fresh tomatoes, it's going to have a lot of its own juice. And then we had the 2 tablespoons of coconut oil in there too. So that's it. I've got everything in there. Now all I've got to do is put the top on. I'm going to set it on low and let it cook for probably about 8 hours. Alright, so I'm going to show you what our crock pot recipe looks like now that it's done. It's been sitting in here probably for about 6 or 7 hours. I started it on low. I turned it up to high, maybe with 2 hours left to go, just because I wanted to speed it up and make sure we could have it for dinner. So then I just took it out, opened it up, and I kind of stirred it up a little bit so that some of the squash on top would get soft and to just break up the ground meat a little bit more. But that's what it looks like, and it's all done. And we're about to put it over some spaghetti squash, which I've already showed you the video on how to cook that, and we're going to have this as our spaghetti. It hasn't been opened yet. I'm trying to shake it. It's plastic. Ah! I'm making a mess. Hopefully I don't eat it.